Hello teachers, and welcome to XtraMath, which is a great program that allows your students to practice their basic math skills in a way that's engaging and motivating. And it's also free, so that's great. So the way to get started is for you to navigate to XtraMath.org. And once you've done that, you will come to this home page. And here's where you'll be able to make your own teacher account and create your own classroom to get started. So what you want to do is click the Sign Up button. And when you come to this page, you're going to choose what type of account you want to make. And in our case, we want to make a teacher account. So you want to check off, I am a teacher. And then you want to input all of the data that it asks for, like your name, the name you go by with your students, your email, password, time zone, etc. So I'm going to input all of my data and I'll be back in just 1 second. Alright, so I've inputted all of my data, and now as I scroll down I can see the terms and conditions, which I have read through, and I will check off that I agree. And this box, if you check it off, you'll stay logged into the program, so you won't necessarily have to sign in every single time you get on, but it might be safer if it's like a public or school computer to uncheck this for your security. And when you're ready to go, you can press sign up. Now once you've pressed sign up, it's going to ask you to start adding your classes now. So you can name your class however you'd like to name it. So I think I'll name mine Math 7 for 7th grade if I'm teaching 7th grade. And then you want to put in the date that your class ends. So whatever your last day of classes is, go ahead and put that in according to year, month, and then day. And go ahead and click add. Now you're going to come to your home page, and this box is going to pop up every time you log in, unless you check off this box at the bottom which says don't show this again. And this is just pretty much an overview of all the things that you can do in your XtraMath homepage. Now it tells you can add students, which we're going to do in just one moment. You can print parent flyers, which is a great way to introduce the XtraMath program to students. You can print student PIN numbers, which is what they use to sign in, which we'll talk more about in a little bit. You can prepare your classroom computers, and then you can show your students an introduction video, so that way you can introduce the program to them as well. But we're going to close this out because we're going to go through each of these individually. Alright, so right now our class is empty, so we want to start adding students to our class. So you want to click the Add Students tab on the side, and this table is going to pop up. So when you're creating a new class, you are going to want to choose the New Students option. Or if you already have a class created and maybe a student is coming from another school and they have used XtraMath themselves, you can choose this option. So you'll need the previous teacher's email, the student's first name, and their PIN. And that's great because it gives you an access to all of the data that they have had playing the game so far. But we're going to just start off with new students. So right now you want to select your grade level. So I'm going to choose grade 7. And then you can input all of your students' first names only. And if you have students with the same name, you can add a last initial if you would like. So I'm going to input a couple students and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've inputted a few students, and you can input as many as you would like. And when you're ready, you can click Add. So now you've got your classroom. And each of these students you can click on and customize their settings. And this is kind of important to do because XtraMath is a program that helps students practice their basic math skills. So for students in middle school, you're going to need to set the program so that it automatically starts them at a higher level. So they don't encounter problems that they're already very confident with and that they have mastered at the elementary level. However, of course, you can tailor it to the unique needs of your students and change up their program as needed. On this home page, you can see a few columns with the students' names, their mastery, and this is going to become more meaningful as they actually have data, their progress, and then this is a calendar right here that shows what days they've used the program, so you can keep track of when children are logging in. The progress bar, it's going to start out by being blank. However, as students continue to progress, it's going to make a line graph of sorts. And so you're going to be able to see the line graph go up and down, whether or not they're improving or struggling with material. So it's a really great way for you to just kind of see a basic overview of how your students are doing at a glance. So now that you have taken a look at the basic structure of the dashboard, we can go ahead and customize the program to your students' individual needs. So when you're ready to do that, go ahead and click on the first student you want to work on, and then you can go ahead and take a look at their overview, their calendar, progress, and mastery, and all of this will be represented in graph format for easy data interpretation. And then if you want to change the program to give the student certain problems depending on their level, you can go ahead and click the Change Program button. And if you click this drop-down menu, you're going to see all the different options for programs, from as simple as addition to all the way up to extended 6-second program. I think my recommendation would be to start off with the multiplication and division program before you hit all of the advanced programs and extended programs at the middle school level. So go ahead and choose multiplication and division. However, of course, you can put it at as high or as low a level as you think your students need. And when you're ready, you can press Update. So now the program is going to be set to only give the student multiplication and division problems. And you need to do this for each of your students individually to make sure that they can be at a level that is compatible with their learning rate. Now on this page, there's some other things that you can do. You can edit a student's information, their name and grade, change their program like we just did, or you can remove the student as well. This also shows the student PIN number, so you can access that record at any time. We're going to go back to our home page, and our class checklist is going to pop back up again. Now we're going to talk about student PINs. Their PIN number is a 4-digit number that they need to log in. And you can print the whole entire list out easily by clicking this button, and all of the pins are going to pop up. You can print screen this, you can write it down, or just print it out to keep it safe, and you can access this at any time. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to sign students into the program and how to get your computers actually ready for the program at school if you choose to use it during class time. Alright, so now I'm going to teach you how to prepare your classroom computers to use XtraMath. XtraMath is a program that can be used in the classroom or in your computer lab during the school day, or students can use it at home. You can use this as like a center activity or a warm-up activity, however you choose. So the way you're going to prepare the classroom computer is by taking this code that is underneath the Prepare Classroom Computers title, selecting it, and copying it by using Control-C or right-clicking and clicking Copy. And then you want to go to the original homepage of XtraMath, so just xtramath.org. Then you're going to click the Sign In button again. And there's going to be a few tabs up at the top, and what you want to choose is the Classroom tab. And this is where you want to put in your classroom code that you copied from the other page. So when you've put that in, you can click Set Up, and your class is going to pop right up. So you go ahead and click on that, and then your students are going to automatically cycle through. So the way this works is that when you're in the classroom and you set up your class computer, and you can do this to as many computers if you have more than one computer in your room, each student should have their PIN number that you printed out and gave to them ahead of time, or maybe you keep them in a binder or something that they can access, and they're going to go ahead and put their PIN number in. If a student is busy or absent that day and can't sign in during the class time, you can simply indicate that by pressing the busy or absent button, and it will automatically cycle to another student. Or you can manually choose students yourself to go through the program. If you do this on multiple computers, it will go faster because you won't have one student going after another, but you can certainly have students just go one by one with the program if you only have one computer. If you've got multiple computers, it will just cycle through multiple students at a time until everyone has gone through. I'm going to manually choose Anne's profile though, because I've already changed her program to fit. So we're going to put her PIN in, and she'll have that. She can go and put her PIN in because she's hopefully keeping it in a very safe place, and then she'll be ready to sign in. And right now I'm going to show you how the program works for students, from the student's perspective. So we'll click Sign In.
Welcome to XtraMath. I'm Mr. C. I'm going to help you get better and faster at math. You want to be better and faster at math, don't you? Are you ready to get started? Press the green button to start your first activity.
All right. So as you can see, the program gives a short introduction and kind of coaches students through. Mr. C is kind of the teacher presence throughout the program, and he'll make sure that students understand what's going on, and he'll also participate in some of the activities. So we'll go ahead and click the green button, and now we're going to reach a placement quiz, and this is going to give a baseline performance level for each of your students, so they will have a baseline to grow from, and you'll be able to see how they're improving. So the way the program works is that you press the start button, and then the students will be given a set of math facts that they need to answer as quickly as possible in order to get the highest score. So I'll show you how that works right now. So we'll go ahead and press start, and math facts are just going to start popping up, and students can just answer by pressing the keyboard to answer, and the timer is going to keep track of how quickly they're answering questions and will grade them based on that. So they might get a result, something like this. When they're done with a quiz, you'll see some smiley faces, maybe some X's, some check marks for answers that they answered at a medium speed. So that way they can see their own performance as well, and this will be recorded for your use too. And once they've got their quiz all taken care of, they can start practicing. And once they've taken the placement quiz for the first day, they're usually done for that day, and they can go ahead and sign out, and then the next student will cycle through.